Okay, concept name here is conversions. So conversions means like we'll convert the data from third party to Oracle apps. So half of the interview will be on conversions only, guys. It's minimum I'll take 1 week time on this. This 1 week is you must maintain regularity. Okay. So conversions means we can say like converting old system data. Okay, old system, it may be anything. In our terminology, Oracle Apps terminology, it is called as a legacy system it is. Okay, so converting old system data to Oracle applications, that is called as a conversion. Statement is only one line, but process is very big. We can convert through two methods, three methods we can say. One method here is open interface import. Another method is API here. Then there are some other methods, web services and all. So first we'll see open interface approach, first 3-4 days. Then later we'll see API approach. And web services also we can see. As of now, I have not worked much, but still I can give you good knowledge on that. Okay. So this open interface import is 3-phase approach it is. As an example, I am taking here supplier conversion. So likewise, we can load other data also. That is like in PO, we can say we can load requisition separately. Okay, and we can load purchase order data, receipt data. And if I talk about inventory, we can load items, an item catalog, an item categories. Okay. If you talk about order management, we can load sales orders. As of now, you have created sales order manually, but thousands of data, lakhs of data, we can load through this program. The program name is Open Interface Import. So as an example, I'll take supplier, then rest of the things are very easy, same only. Same process for every other interface. So supplier conversion, what are the things you are going to load here? So if you go here, application, so suppliers, you can see into account payable module. So there is a module here, payables. Customers, you can see to receivables. These are the basic things you have to learn. So there is an option here, suppliers. Suppliers, entry. If it is one supplier, we can enter like this. If there are 2 lakhs records or 20,000 records, then definitely we have to go with the program only. Okay. So click on entry here. So here is a place like supplier creation or search window. Okay. Then register a new supplier or enable as a supplier. Click on this. You have to give operating unit name. Let's say vision operations. One manual record I am entering. Okay. So that you will come to know what all the things are mandatory. See, whatever star fields are there here, these are all mandatory. Supplier name, supplier addresses, and then city, country, then postal code. These are all the mandatory things here. Okay. Supplier will have 3 things here. The hierarchy here is 3 things. One is one entity, one file will get as in the form of suppliers. Other file here is supplier site, and one more here is supplier contact. These are all the 3 things we will get. 3 files separately. Okay. One more also available, that is an optional, that is called as a supplier bank. It is bank name, bank branch, bank codes. These are all also we have to load as part of the suppliers. So overall in supplier conversion, we'll get 4 types of files. But in this case, I am just showing only 3 files here: supplier file, site file, contact file. These files who will give you is you will get in the application server from third-party system. Sometimes you need to generate a file by using web services. Web services, there are 2 things. Just go through Google whenever you get a type. That's an REST, and then one more is SOAP. These 2 are the web services. Just for extra information, just play some videos in YouTube. Okay. If you don't get a file through this REST and SOAP, like you have to generate from third party, or else we can say there is a DB link also. So DB links will get access from third party. Let's say I'm opening a door. Right now you are in Oracle apps, but you need to get the third party data. So to get the third party data or legacy system data, you have to create a DB link here. Let's say there is an option somewhere here. Database, under a database. After opening, it will open. Etc. So here is the place. Let's see. If it is not there, there is a create option here. Create. So we can create everything in database by using Toad. We can create indexes, we can create libraries, and then this is the point I'm talking about. DB link means database link. It is through third party. Directly we can access third party table, but we have to create this. We will provide a link name and then database connection. What is the username, password? These are all we have to provide. Okay. The first point here is what it is: file. How you will get a file, and who will give you the file, and in which file, in which format you will get a files. So I'll show you now. Okay, here is the place. Files are there. Those files are here is CSV files, comma separated values. Sometimes we'll get XLS files extension, but XLS file we cannot load straight away. We have to convert into CSV here. Okay, CSV. So first, yeah, comma separated value. It's Excel sheet only, but it must be in the CSV. It is. So one supplier final file. Right now only I kept 2 records, but you will get a number of records in the company. Okay. These are all empty rows. Remove this. Save. They have not even given a data, like I mean to say headers of this. You don't know what is this AED, correct? And what is this immediate, you don't know. If already worked in account payable module, then you can easily guess. There is a vendor ID, there is a vendor name, there is an alternate name, there is a vendor number, like that. Usually they will give, but sometimes they may miss this titles here. So at that time you have to little struggle. Okay. So first step, we'll go step by step, guys. Like then only you can understand. It's easy topic only, but lengthy topic. Okay. The first point here is what are you going to load? You are going to load here. This is the first point. You are going to load supplier data, site data, contact data. Banks is an optional at this moment. In every case, they will not give you to load the banks. So it's an optional. Okay. If they give to load this, then there is another method also there. So this is the first point. You have got a files here. You can say what type of the file here, CSV. Other than CSV, you may get DAT file. DAT is in a file extension or text. These type of files. Okay, and one more is XLS also. XLS. Your Excel sheet comes up with the XLS, then definitely you have to rename as a CSV. The reason is your SQL loader. The second point here is we have to use SQL loader here or as utility file, UTL file it is. In this example, I am going to use SQL loader. SQL loader is a utility, or we can say it's a tool to load data into tables. Okay, UTL file we'll see next time. This is the second point here is. So SQL loader will use here a file. The file name here is CTL file. So CTL stands for here is control file. So in this we'll mention all the table name, into which table you are loading, okay, and what columns you are loading. Sometimes, like if you see here, they will say like do not load M column here. So we have to skip it. Right now only 2 rows, but you may get 20,000, 30,000 records. So the whole column you have to skip it. Okay, that is called as a column skipping. Yeah. You will have a title over here, or you already loaded some records. So you need to load from 15th onwards. 14 records you already loaded one time. So the next time we have to skip it. That's called as a row skipping. And then one set of rows, let's say AED related records, you have to load into one table. Or they may give you sometimes H here means header record and L means line record. Header record you have to load into one table. Line record you have to load into other table. File is single, but you have to split it. So that is called as a when clause it is. So these are all, if I type in the notepad, you may not understand. So what I'll do, I'll show you 5. Okay. So the next thing is table, we missed it, right? As of now, we haven't created table. To create a table, we have to analyze the file here, this file. So that file is already there here. While creating a table, we have to include all these columns, column names at least. So to know what are all these columns, then you have to go to application here, see, supplier name, then addresses, these are all, whatever you are saying. Based on this only, you can figure it out. What is this column? You have to invest time, at least half day you have to invest time on this. If they don't give titles only, you have to struggle, otherwise no worries. I mean to say, if you go here, they have given the titles here. This is a list type code, and this is a name, and this is a start date. It's good, right? If they give titles, then no need to worry at all. Okay, it's based on the project. In some project they will give titles, some project they will not give. Okay. Now, as of now, we came to know the first step is these 3 we are going to load, or else fine, we'll start now from here. Table creation onwards. Table creation. Feel like these are all introduction only. Table creation we are going to do. So on which columns you need to prepare is based on the file, this file. I already prepared a like staging table here. Somewhere you can check. This is the price list, right? This table. Okay. Create table name, the syntax now, and these are all the columns: terms name, pay group, priority, invoice currency, whatever you are seeing here, one by one. See, right now, first column. First column is what it is, interface ID, and second column is supplier name. But how can we come to know is there are certain interface tables here. Interface tables. To identify the interface tables, you have to go to integrated. One responsibility is there. If it is not there for your user, you have to add it. integrated server gateway, and it's a repository here. Click on this. Every module, tables, interface tables, programs, everything you can see in this. Click on search here. Product family, financials, product, and we have to use here payables, interface type. What I have to select here, that is open interface. These are the three criteria. Earlier also we have seen, correct? So now we are talking about here this one. Supplier open interface. This is a standard program. Actually, it is a report, but still with this we can load the data. Okay. Supplier open interface report. The name of file also they have given here only. This one. This is already there in the application. Let me show you. All the programs are available at single place. That is system administrator and concurrent program define. With this program, if you want to retrieve it, press F11, enter, control F11. See, this is a Oracle report. It is not a procedure or package. It's a Oracle report, and the name also they have given here. Name is, you can get it from executable. Here is the place. This file name is called as an Oracle report name. The same thing they have given here. This one, APX something, IMP. Clear? So now click on this program. We are going to verify the interface table name. So this is the interface table name. AP suppliers int it is. It holds the supplier information which is loaded by the user for import. It's an interface table, intermediary table it is. Okay. Take this table, go to Toad here, press F4. So these are all Oracle supplied tables. Okay. If you click on script here, again F4. So this is from this place only I copied all the columns. Whenever you are preparing a table script here, this create table name, you should not use your own representation here, columns. Definitely you have to copy from this interface table, see, vendor interface ID. Done. The next is vendor name or supplier name. The next is name, alternative name. ALT means alternative name. And then supplier number. Supplier number is stored into a column, that is segment 1. Like this. Just you have to invest 10 minutes time and copy paste. Or else simply we can say go to script here. You copy all this columns. There are more than 150, but we don't require. How many columns we have here in the Excel sheet? Hardly 10, 12. See, 1, 2, 3 like that. Hardly below 15 we can say. So that 15 columns only how to identify. You don't need to use this. What is this reset code, bank? No, not required all this. Whatever the columns you are getting, that columns only how to take. This is where you need to invest time to identify. Your all 8 hours work will be like this only. No much difficulty, but you have to spend time. So I am preparing a table now. From here, create table name. Put your client name in front of a table. Like let's say XBO is a project here. Or else simply XX also we can use. Better use some other. Like if you are working for Dell project, then give Dell here. Create table and then included a client name in front of it. Now open Excel sheet. This I only included. First column. First column is what it is. Keep as it is. Along with this not null. Not null, you know, right? Why they have introduced. Then second is Second column, we have to maintain proper sequence. Vendor name. Copy this. Second column is over. Third, vendor alternative name is the one. Next, vendor number. Vendor numbers, item numbers, these type of things stored into a column, that is segment. Then immediate. Immediate is a term here. Term name. This is a term. See, rest of the columns I am not selecting. I am simply ignoring. Like this. I am preparing a table creation script. Just like EMP, TPT, you already work, right? Same way all it is. Then what else in the Excel sheet next? This priority. This is a currency. Invoice currency, payment currency. Somewhere you can see these two. Okay. So this is the way you have to prepare a table script. It is. From here, I think I should copy. Invoice currency code and payment currency code. Okay. So other than these columns, I'm just skipping now because there is no meaning in copying each and every column. And other than these columns, there are certain who columns required here. When this record got updated, who has updated this, and when this was created. So who columns are 5 that you know already, right? These 3. Copy. And after that, these 2. Your table is ready now. Just hardly 2-3 minutes we made it ready. That's enough. The rest of the columns I'm ignoring. Okay. Like in this way, you have to prepare a staging table. As of now, we are still at first stage only, first step only. Format properly. Any comma, extra comma. We'll get somewhere formatter, code formatter here. If it is not allowing properly, then see there is option here, formatting option. You need to look some properties here. Anyway, that's not a problem right now. One is here, actual columns we copied, and other set here is who columns we copied, correct? Who columns is required to track who has modified, when it was modified and all. So other than this, there is an error flag here. While loading, you may get errors. Definitely will get errors, some setup related data issues and all. And another one is error message. There are 2 extra columns required. Flag means yes, you got error. Message means which column you got error. So that we need to mention here. Message will be little lengthy. Let's say I'm giving 1500 bytes. Sometimes you may get 3-4 columns. All the 3-4 columns we have to concatenate and load into error message. Okay. So while creating a table, how many points we need to consider? One is actual columns which we are going to load, and then second one is who columns, and other one is to track the errors. And if you want to load request ID also, you can use request ID. Request ID means we are going to submit from application, right? If you go here, once you submitted a program, here one request ID will come. For next time verification, it will be easy. This request ID. So for our program, it will be different. This request ID also we have to load into this particular column. And sometimes they will ask you to load file name also as a parameter. File name. So these many things we have to include into your table creation. Is that clear? So in this program or in this explanation, as of now, we have completed only one point, that is table creation. Now second point here is control file creation. Each and every point is important. Please don't lose your concentration. Control file, I'll show you one. Extension here is CTL. Okay. And Notepad++, I am opening. It is modified, it seems. I'll get it from server. This is the file. Okay. I'll just copy this. Sorry. This is the structure of the file. It's fixed for every file. Okay. We are loading data. These are all Oracle SQL Loader commands. So we are loading data in file. So where is your data right now? In which file? So the file is here is CSV file, that is Excel sheet it is, correct? So we are loading data which is available in this file. So I'm just explaining the meaning of each and every line. Please focus, okay? Loading data in file which is available in this file. So this file we have to pass in the form of parameter here. So right now we took is an ampersand here. Ampersand will consider as an input here. Because sometimes we'll keep in this particular directory and sometimes we'll keep somewhere. We'll keep changing the directory for files. So that is the reason why it is parameter is required here. Otherwise, we can simply give the path like this. The path is here, right? We can keep the path. If it is fixed, you can give path like this, but it's not correct. So we may change sometimes. That is the reason why what we can do, the ampersand we can do. Ampersand 1 is a numeric number. 1 means it's the first parameter. And we are inserting the data. We are inserting the data into where? This particular table which you created in the first step. The table which you created here is first step. I did not press a control enter here. I prepared everything. Simply control enter if you say missing right parentheses. These are all the commas. You need to include. This two I am not using right now. This is how you can create. At the bottom, can you see a message? So this table which we created, this is already created. This I am taking, okay? Otherwise, you go with your own table here. So I mentioned as a del, you press F4, see it is created already. What we can do, instead of using this custom table, I'm using as per coding standards. Okay. Now control file. Right now we are seeing a control file that is we are going to insert into the table which we created in the first step. Then fields terminated by. How fields are terminated? If you open this particular file, Excel sheet, I'm just opening with the notepad instead of Excel notepad. See how the fields are terminated. First field terminated, and then second field terminated with this. Correct? So how fields are terminated with the comma only. So sometimes you will get here tilde symbol. This is a tilde. See, this is also tilde. You will get like this. That is based on the third-party system which you are using. All the columns are now separated with the tilde or negation, we can say. In some cases, we will get here 5 symbol also. 5, 1900, and then 5. and your column name 5 like this. So overall, 3 things only as of now I have seen. Okay. So what are the here fields terminated by instead of comma? What are the other things we can use? Fields terminated by, you can say column separator base. One is we can use 5, another one is tilde, then one more is comma. Any one we can get. So right now we are using here comma only. Go to this fields terminated by here is comma. Is that clear? And optionally enclosed by, if any bigger description, we have to include in the double quotes here. So these are all fixed syntaxes. Only thing is you will change this table name and column name. The rest will be same. And then trailing null calls. This is for null values at the end. And then all the columns here. These columns how you get is whenever you created a table here, these columns you have to copy one by one. Only column names, not these data types at all. So if you feel it is difficult to copy, then you can go to SQL star plus here. See, SQL star plus. If it opens, okay. Then otherwise we have to use describe command. SQL star plus. SQL developer also we can use. This is SQL star plus I'm talking about. Username password, I hope you are aware, right? Apps, VIS. So DES, describe. We are describing the table here. Like this. Now it's easy to copy the selects, to select a columns like this. See? Instead of copying from here one by one, copy, paste, is all, it will kill your time. So the best thing is here, copy all the columns and then paste over here in the control file. So what you can do, and you can include here comma separated. Just see how quickly I'm doing. This correct. Down arrow, side arrow, and then comma. This is the way we can quickly include all these columns into this particular control file. Is that clear? So control file is also over now. This control file, whatever you copied, this one, load data, in file, append, truncate. So there are other methods also there here, not only insert. You can append the data and then you can truncate, means we can remove all the data at once and then we can load freshly. And replace means here, repetitive rows, it will be overwritten. All 4 we can use. Right? As of now, how many points completed? Only 2. Correct? I'm keeping here, instead of XX, I'm using del so that I can easily register into the application. Let it be same table name, no worries. And first check, are there any data? Is there any data in this particular table? Nothing, it's empty. Okay. Table we created, but it's empty. Now we are going to load this Excel sheet data into this particular staging table. That is a requirement actually. Okay. Table creation, control file creation is over. So this control file we have to keep into server here. This particular place. First open this particular file where it is available. This one, right? So while before moving, just verify it's correct or not. All the ampersands, columns, structures. I think who columns you have not taken. Is it here? That's fine. We'll explain in the another file. Move this file into this particular bin directory only. There is at the end we can see here. Correct? Bin directory. Take this file and register as a program. To register as a program, first we have to go to concurrent program define. At this particular place, we have to register it. So before this, what we can do, there is a executable is required here. Executable, and then so this is SQL Loader file. It is there is an option here. Execution method is SQL Loader, and file name is the file name which you move into server here. So right now CTL is an extension, but right now we should not give here CTL. It is giving error. So please enter a name that does not contain a space or period here. Correct? It's not required to include like extension here. And the execution file name is same. Short name is also same. Then which module it is right now? Module is variables. Save. That's it. This is the way you have to create a first step here. That is executable. There are other steps also included here. Let me see. Such every time difficult. I'll remove all these files. Confused. Yeah, this one. These steps we have to follow to register any program. Okay. I mentioned here clearly the responsibility name. Correct. The responsible name here is system administrator. And first step here is executable. The navigation is also mentioned here. Concurrent, program, and then executable. So that's already done now. The second step is what it is. Concurrent, program, define. This is the second step here. Go to define. First attach the executable, otherwise you will forget, or you may attach other executable name by mistake. Copy this. Short name, program name. You have to follow certain naming conventions, but right now I'm not telling the naming conventions. I'm using the same. Usually we have to follow the naming conventions. Parameters, one parameter is there, that is what it is, file path. And we have to pass here till 240 characters. Okay, 240 char is different, 240 characters are different. It's a required parameter here. If you want to pass the value by default here, the same path, you can just give like this. Copy this path to viewport, then slash. It's just a caution, it's not an error. Okay, then save. So parameter constant means it will populate at the time of submission automatically. Okay. Take this program. What else here? The next step here is third step. This one. Request group. Request group name we don't know as of now. So to identify the request group attached here is you can go to security responsibility define. Go here. Just go through this PPT. Navigations you can easily understand. Security responsibility define. So to which responsibility you would like to attach this? This is the request. Request group name is all reports. Copy this request group. Request group navigation I mentioned here. Security responsibility request. So this is the last step, guys. Security responsibility request. F11. Attach your program here which you created. That is tell AP suppliers save. Okay. Now go to your responsibility payables. Here you can access your program and you can submit n number of times this program. Sorry. Do you know how it came automatically? Because of the default types. You wanted to see default types again? Copy this. Sorry, we picked another file. It is. Where are we now? Which responsibility? Payables one. I picked wrong file. Yeah, we attached another module, is it? Go to system administrator. And security responsibility request. So that's why every time instead of all reports only, go with the payables also. No worries. Came automatically. Correct? Now here we have to give a file name of your Excel sheet here. So Excel sheet we kept here only. Let's say this one. Okay. This file name I'm going to give here. CSV file. This file data we are loading into this particular table. Just it's a one-line statement. It is nothing complicated. Okay. Whatever we are passing Excel sheet, that Excel sheet data we are going to load into this table. Through which tool it is? SQL Loader it is. SQL Loader uses one file. What is that file name? The file name is what it is? This file, CTL file, control file. Okay. Then V output you cannot see anything. Then go to log here and read. Whatever is appearing, you read it. First is what it is. Argument means that is parameter which you have given. So till here it is path. And this is file name. Path and file name it is. Now next, control file name. Where you kept control file? In this particular directory. Data file. You can keep in other location also, not only here. Then bad file it is. So bad file means if something goes wrong with a column, let's say there is a column name is character, but you are trying to give date field, or if column name is number, then you are trying to give a character. And there is a mismatch, right? So in that case also you can see a bad here, bad file. We'll see that. Okay. The discard file, we'll see the next example. That is when condition fail records, we can see into discard file it is. Clear? Then you can see here 2 rows successfully loaded and 0 rows not loaded due to data errors. 0 rows. So there are no errors at all. Let's see that. That's it. So again, we'll review once. You have seen file parameter, path and parameter. And then second is control file name, your input file name, and your error path also. Okay, and its extension is out here, output file. And these are all the columns which you worked. And it has given a history here saying that 2 rows successfully loaded here. So shall we generate one error so that you will come to know? Let's say in this Excel sheet only. So instead of number, I am giving a date here. Okay. It's wrong actually. Correct? It's supposed to be a number here, but we have given date. Rerun the program. We restarted only one time. So you can submit a number of times. Rerun is I'm rerunning program. New request. Copy is enough. No need to select program name parameters again and again. Just copy so that you can see all the parameters already populated. Submit. No. And then refresh. It will be end up as a warning if something goes wrong. Error. Let's see. What is that error? Yeah, this error is good, interesting error. We have used in the control file here. If you see control file here, there is a command here. Insert into table. Okay. There is an insert command, right? If you want to insert, use insert command. The table must be empty. Right now, the table is not empty. It is having a data. It's already having a data. So in that case, we have to use another command that is append. Only at a time one we can use. Append it is. Okay. Now rerun again. You will not see that error. Check the error message again. So I have not showed you, right? Error. So can you read this? Clear, right? Got it, right? Why it went error? So whenever you get an error, you have to use this log only. There is a button here, view log. So it is ended as a completed warning. Then view log, check here. One row successfully loaded and one row not loaded, correct, due to data errors. So the data errors, if you get, means you have to straight away go to bad file. So just take this till here. This will open manually because it's not opening. Copy this path and then Control O to open a directory, then paste over here. Error changing directory. Okay. Go to home directory and then change it. Now we are in a root directory, top directory. Then Control O. Still problem. Okay. We'll go manually. ORIS, Oracle VS, FSNE. Home directory. Your application server here. There are two servers, DB server and then AS. AS means application server. Oracle Vision. So we have to go like this. FS NE. Then next. Next. Logs. After that. Application conk out. Conk. Then next is out. There are so many files, that's why it is not opening quickly. Okay. Now next is 288 at the end, right? Check 288 where it is. 288. These are all not correct, right? Just arrange in a sorting order here. So this is the file. Open. This record is bad. Okay. So why it is bad is they have already given here a reason. The reason also you can see somewhere here. It is rejected because error on a so and so table. On a column also it has given. Supplier ID column is went wrong because it is a date field you have taken. It must be a number, correct? It must be a number here. So my explanation is over for today. So today till now we discussed about only 3 points. Can you recall? Yeah, table creation. After table, then there is a control file creation, correct? So what is the structure of control file? Control file structure. You have to definitely explain this. Load data. Can you recall? Yeah, load data in file. In the sequence you have to say. Instead of insert, we may use append, truncate, replace also. So two commands we have used, and in the next example we'll use this truncate and replace also. And the table name, and these are all fixed. So take it to capital letters. Someone typed wrong, it is not correct. So correct. You have to give a history also. These are all history, like which company you worked, and who has worked on this. So load data, in file, append, into table name. These three are fixed for every file. Fields are made by optional equal. We have to by heart all this. These words are new, I know. But these are all the columns. So once you define a control file, in which directory we have to move? Correct. Bin directory. Bin directory can go into the application server. The first one, GVS application, GP top. Okay. So once you move into the bin directory, then what you did here, next step here is executable creation, correct? Concurrent program creation and attached to a request group so that we can submit it. So shall we do again all the steps quickly or not required? Not required. Okay, fine. So you practice it. Registration is very easy. Nothing like go to this file. Let's say I'm moving this file. Instead of del, I'm using ABC client ABC. Now you tell me this will be your revision. First step here is move this file into server. Correct? Where is that ABC file? Refresh. Yeah, refresh it is. Correct? Drag and drop. Sometimes you may need to give like rights here. Right now the rights are here is read, write, executable you have to give. Correct? It's already there, no worries. So 2 steps over. The next is take this file name that you have to create executable. The navigation also mentioned here. Yeah, system administrator is a responsibility. See, you have to go to system administrator. Then concurrent. Instead of every time expanding, I mentioned a shortcut also here. And where I need to mention the file name here is file name. There. Responsibility. Unique name. Yeah. We have given another name, right? ABC, where it is. Okay. Then next. Next is concurrent program definition. Give your parameters. Path, correct. Value set I mentioned as a 240 characters. And this default type, if you want, you can pass is required as constant. There are other default types we'll discuss further. Okay. This path. What else next? 2 steps completed here in this. The next last step here is attach your program to request group, not responsibility, request group it is. Okay. Request group is here only. I made all the shortcuts here. Okay, instead of expanding here. All the codes. Definitely give payables. Otherwise, you may attach to another responsibility. Not attached again. Is it saved or not saved? Not saved. It's not saved by mistake. Okay. We did a mistake actually. So Oracle reports it is taking, right? We have not changed SQL Loader. That's why it is enabling a token field. We did a wrong thing. Okay. Go to executable again. Okay. So Oracle reports. We could have taken here SQL Loader. Is it unload? Yes. 2 more minutes, guys. Over. Don't feel over. Yeah, we'll queue over there. 2 minutes. Along with the extension, otherwise it will not recognize. So revision is also almost over. Okay. Check. If you get errors, we'll see. Yes, what is the error? Again, we did the same mistake. Correct? That what you have to do? We need to, instead of insert, yes, append we have to. I'm straight away saying into server. Here, one row loaded, other row not loaded. Data errors, why it got and why it went wrong also it has given here. Clear? That's it for today. So 3 points, 1 hour this phenomenon. Okay. Any doubts? Doubts you can with us, right?